Loaded.com.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm back with another tutorial. On today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a wrap dress. So the measurements you are going to be needing for this tutorial are your bust point measurements, your bust, your waist measurement, and then the up length, that's the full length of the upper part. So the first thing you want to do is to mark your shoulder line and then insert your vertical measurement. So I've marked from the shoulder to the bust point, from my shoulder to the waist, that's the full length, upper length, which is 16 inches, and then I added extra half an inch for hem allowance. That half an inch I'm going to use to join the upper part to the lower part. So I've marked my bust point and I'm going to draw it into a straight line, and then the waist measurements, that's the full length, I'm also going to draw it into a straight line and then insert my horizontal measurements. So I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Then I'll mark my armhole round, 7.5 inches, and then I will connect it, mark it into a straight line. And then on this 7 inches I'm going to get my chest line. So I'm going to mark 7 inches again and then mark it to a straight line. That becomes my chest line. So I'm going to measure half an inch from the shoulder line and then mark 3 inches from the center of the neckline on the shoulder line still, and then connect it into a straight line. This becomes the shoulder slope. Like I explained before, the human body is slanty, it's not straight, so you always have to add your shoulder slope whenever you are cutting a dress. So the next thing I want to do is to get remember this is the back pattern we are cutting. So now I'm going to get the bust measurement. The bust I'm working with is 38 inches. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So I've marked 9.5 and I'm adding 1 inch seam allowance. And on the waist measurement is 32. 32 divided by 4 is 8 inches. So I'm going to mark 8 inches and also mark 1 inch seam allowance. Because this fabric is stretchy, I'm not going to be adding that to this outfit, so I'm going to just I'm using the exact measurement because I'm not adding that. So now I'm going to find the armhole curve and then connect the 2 points together, the bust measurement and the waist measurement. So this is the back pattern, like I said. So I'm going to cut the neck, insert the neck measurement. So the neck width I'm working with here is 3.5. So I'm going to insert 3.5 on the shoulder line, and then because it's the back, I'm marking 1 inch down. So I'm going to connect the 2 points together and then cut it out. So this is the back part. We are going to be using this back to cut the front. Remember, it's a wrap dress, so the front is going to have 2 parts. So I've gone ahead and I've pinned the back pattern to cut out the front. I've pinned it to the front part, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So now I've cut out the two parts. I'm going to remove the pins and then notch the center of both the front and the back, and then open it up to cut the first part of the wrap top, because I told you that the front is going to be in two parts. So now we are going to cut out the first part. It is this first part that we use to cut the second part. So the first thing you want to do is to open it up and then find the center on your neckline. Remember that we've already come down by 1 inch from the shoulder line. So depending on how deep you want how low you want it to be, so I'm going to measure 7 inches here, not forgetting that we've already come down by 1 inch, so it's technically 8 inches. So I'm going to mark that 7 inches, and then from there you're going to connect from the side of the neckline to that 7 inches you've marked, just like I'm doing here. And then you're going to mark at the edge, like at the side of the top part, you come up by 3 inches. So you mark 3 inches here and then connect it to the center where you marked 7 inches. So yes, and then after that you want to cut it out. So this is the one part of our front. So I'm going to use this part to cut out the second part. So what I'm going to do next is to pin this part to a fabric and then cut out the second part. One thing you must note is that when you are putting the two parts together, you must cut them with either the front side facing each other or the back side facing each other, just the way it is. So what I mean is you put the two front parts together so you can get both the left hand side and the right hand side of the front pattern. So I've pinned mine down and I'm going to cut it now. So these are the two front parts complete. So this is how it looks now. It's just the way I want it. It's not too low, it's not too high. So this is just how you cut your wrap. So you can decide now what you want to do. What you want to add to the lower part. You can decide to add a peplum to it, or you can decide to make a gown, like a skirt pattern to it. So this is just how it looks with the front and the back put together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next